bad. Hey, yeah, it's like the money coming quicker. It's TSM and it's the mommy money getter. Get money every day. Get money. What you say? You gotta stack it up like 2 times. Some hunters got the blue lines. The money that down like it's a gobble. It's a few times. She going to that money, but that money going with her. If you don't know who want it, it's the mommy money getter. Get money. What you say? 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 Funny to yourself. Funny to yourself. What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome, 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 guys. Um, Thank you for coming on in here to my live. It's Friday. Y'all, it is so hot. It is so hot. Oh my gosh. If you came in and you're ready to have a good time with me, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. We got a good live tonight. We're going to talk about some things. We're going to talk about the soft life, right? Yeah, so get on in here and stick around. If this is your first time here, welcome. I am MMG, the Mommy Money Getter. I go by MMG or Mommy Money Getter, whatever is most comfortable for you. But I'm known in these YouTube streets as MMG. Thank you for tuning in. If you just got in here, go ahead and say hello. What's going on? Listen, drop how you're feeling in the chat. Drop the state you live in if you feel comfortable or whatever. That's cool. So, tonight's live. Why do we always have to be strong? Why do we always have to be strong? Why do black women always have to be strong? Let's talk about it and let's dig deep and have a deep dive into the soft life that we deserve. If you're catching this on the replay, stay tuned. Watch this until the end because this is about to be a good one. Because I don't know about you, but I'm tired of being strong. I'm tired of not having the soft life that I deserve because I deserve to have all of the things. I deserve to enjoy life. I deserve to have a husband who provides and protects me, right? I deserve to vacation often. I deserve to have children who are obedient and respectful, who don't give me drama. And my girls don't. They really don't. They're not perfect. They're like any other teenager. And for me, I think I kind of lucked up as a mom. I've always had help with my children when I was married or whether I was not married. I've always had family to help me, but I still had a lot on my hands, right? Because I have 5 daughters. And although two of my daughters are now adults, right? It seems like it gets a little harder to raise these children once they get older, right? And the teenagers, my daughter said today, somebody said I'm just nonchalant. And I'm like, yeah, you and your sisters, you guys are pretty chill. Like, I have to go looking for the teenagers. Like, you guys good? Like, you want to go out, grab a bite to eat? You want to go somewhere? They're like, eh. Sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no. So, I'm a single mother, but I have it very, very, very easy. But I still need it softer. I need it softer. Let me get into the chat. What's going on, Shanice Brewster? You're from New York. Thank you for tuning in. What is it about? What about 7:30 where you are? A little after 7:30. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you for stepping by for the first time. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I promise that you're gonna love it here on my channel. I go live pretty much every day, and I pump out mommy content, shopping content. Right now, I'm on a weight loss journey, so you're gonna see a lot of uh, shorts about that. And then I'll also help people out who want to learn more about making money as a content creator. Um, I'll be switching up some things in weeks to come where I'll probably start another channel just for my content creator help and just keep this channel about my lifestyle. But I'm a girl's girl and I support other content creators. And if you come on my channel, you'll see lots of other content creators supporting me as well. So that's how we do it over here. Kendi K all day. I see you, lady. How are you today? What's going on? I seen you going live earlier today, but I was busy with uh, my daughter. Tomorrow's her birthday, so we were out in these streets um, doing things for her birthday tomorrow. But thank you for tuning in, and you already know I'm going to catch you because Kendi K goes live quite often, and Kendi K is also one of those lifestyle creators that travels, and she also likes to talk shop with other content creators. So she has a series about that. So guys, check Kendi K out over on her channel as well. That's how we do. Kendi K will shout me out and direct her followers to my page, and I'll do that right back. Show her that same love, as well as other content creators. But let me know something, guys. In the chat, do you feel that as a woman, whether you're married or even if you're single, and I really don't care if you're black, white, Hispanic, as a woman, do you feel that you are able to walk in your femininity? You are able to feel protected. You are able to feel like that your life is going the way you want it to go. Is life going the way you want it to go, or do you feel pressure? Do you feel bogged down with your job? Do you feel like all you're doing is taking care of kids? Let me know. Right now is right here on my channel is your safe space for you to just crash out in the comments if you want to. But let me know um, what it is and what's on your mind so we can dig into that. Because I'll be letting you know what's on my mind. And I will not be holding back tonight. I never hold back. So, yes. let's be real. Black women are praised for being strong, but what if I don't want to be strong all the time? What if I want softness, support, ease, and peace? Tonight we're talking all about what the soft life really looks like for us and how to start choosing rest over survival. For the woman who always hold it down, this live is for you. For the ones who are tired of always being the strong friend, I hate that. I used to get that all the time. Oh, you're so strong because I had to be. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. Can I be honest, chat? I can't stand a weak woman. I can't. I can't stand a woman who falls all apart. I can't stand a so called Christian who doesn't know how to fall on their knees and pray to God and get their answers from God. I can't stand a woman who has to put her all of her hopes and dreams into a man. I couldn't. Growing up, I did not respect older women who did it. Like the women I seen doing that, I had no respect for a woman who couldn't just and that's probably why I need to learn how to walk in my femininity. Thank you, Gary. Hey, how are you doing, Gary? Thanks for tuning in. Tonight the girls are talking about the soft life and how we need it softer. I wanted a little bit more softer. um okay, Gary, don't start cutting up in the chat. I'm gonna have to time you out, Gary. You start cutting up. I hope you are well too. I hope you are well too, Gary. Don't troll my comments, buddy. Please don't troll the comments. Don't do that. Um, but like I was saying, I just didn't respect that because I just saw it as harmful to them. I saw women. Um, Unfortunately, I had the misfortune of being around lots of women, lots of friends who were harmed because of their pick meism. They were pick me's and they were male identified and in a bad way because they weren't being taken care of. They weren't being protected. They weren't being provided for. A lot of them were being abused, cheated on. Their children had to witness this. And I hated that. I hated that. I didn't trust men to begin with. But okay, Gary. Okay, Gary. No cutting up. Cool. Um, Because I appreciate the comments you leave me, Gary, but yeah, don't do too much, Gary. Please. Please, let's keep it cool. Please. Um, but I guess that's probably why I had the poor uh that's why I probably had poor relationships with men going forward. And it wasn't that I wanted to be strong, but I felt like I needed to protect myself. I needed to provide for myself because I didn't want to rely on a man. And that was the wrong and I fought the women who were in my life. I fought the women who gave me that poor not self image, but poor image of what a marriage or what uh, relationships between men and women look like. I should have had better role models, and I should have had better. But nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect, and I can't say that I was perfect either, because try as I might, I still kind of found myself falling into that same type of predicament when I was involved in a toxic marriage. And so it can leave you feeling bitter. But I had always said as a young girl, I always said I would never get married. I said that from the time I was young. I never wanted to get married. Now, I always wanted to have children, but I said I never wanted to get married. I never wanted to live with a man because, again, I felt like I didn't know any good men, right? And to this day, I still kind of feel like that. But I know I believe in God and I know I'm not the only good person out there. I know that, my Prince Charming is out there. And so maybe one day, but I'm not waiting on it. And so that's why I kind of fell into the trap of the strong black woman syndrome, right? Because I already had my ideals about what what women and men relationships look like, and it kind of became a self fulfilling prophecy, right? Because out of the tongue is the power of life and death. I say that all the time on here. As a man seeketh, as a man speaketh, so is he. So I was kind of like thinking that way, and it kind of came into fruition. And then um, I got married. It didn't work out. I got a divorce, and because my ex-husband passed away, now I'm a single mom, right? So now I really am single. I said I always wanted to be single, but really I didn't, right? Really, you say certain things, but in the back of your mind you want it to work out. I didn't marry just for the just for kicks and giggles. I married because I was in love. And so even though I'm married knowing this joker ain't gonna do right, I want to marry the person I love, so I did that. And did he do right? Nope. But was I all in? Yep. Would I do it again? I don't know. I can't even say no. Guys, if you can hear me, let me know. I got this handheld fan. It is so hot. For some reason, the room I'm in is not getting really cool. The rest of my domicile is, but not this room, for one reason or another. Hey, Janet, thanks for tuning in. How are you today? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for greeting everyone as you came in, Christy. I appreciate that. How are you doing today? We're sounding off in the chat about living a life of ease, the soft life. Guys, I don't know why I didn't post this in my chat, but I'm going to do it now. I actually have a soft life group. Guys, I have a group for any and everything. But I have a soft life group, and if you guys are on Facebook and you're interested in uh, joining the soft life group, head on over to Facebook, and I'm gonna put the group. I'm gonna put that in the chat, guys. Hold on, give me 1 second. You're doing good, Janet. And while I do that, Sharice, this goes for you too, especially for you, honey, because you are a stepmother. So you are those are your bonus children, and I know that has to be a little bit different for you, right? Because you love them, and I'm just gonna guess that you love them as your own, right? And still, even though you love them as your own, um, you're stepping into a role that, you know, that's a lot different than actually being their mother. I feel like as a mom, I feel like I couldn't love anybody else like I love my kids. I couldn't love somebody else's children the way I love mine. But my husband's daughter, I can honestly say I did love her like that. I did care a lot about her because I loved him. And if you love that man, you're in love with his. And I loved his daughter. I still do. I really care a lot about her. So I can honestly say that. And thank you guys for tuning in with me not being live all the way. Guys, I didn't know if I wanted to go live or not today. But I always say, oh, I'm going to take the day off. And then I never take the day off. So that's what that is. But guys, but let me turn that down. I didn't know if I wanted to. So let me post it. I just posted it to the group, and I pinned it. So if you want to find out a little bit more about the Soft Life, if you want to join the Soft Life group on Facebook, go ahead and do so. Um, it's about almost 300 people over there. I haven't really been posting over there, but I will start posting again. And I define the soft life, and I kind of motivate women to live the soft life. So that's what I'm doing over there, right, Sharice? And kudos to you. kudos to you for stepping in that role, especially because some stepmoms, they usually have children of their own. So for you not to have children of your own, kudos and my hat goes off to you. And God bless you for being an additional role model to those babies. I don't know how old they are, or to those teens, or even if they're adults. I think my hat goes off to you for stepping in that role and taking that on and loving that man enough to marry him, and you don't have children and he does. So, but I'm going to tell you, it's no different. Like, when I don't know if the kids live with you or if the kids visit you, but it's no different because your role is the same, and that's to protect those kids, make sure that you're nurturing them, and ensure that they are happy and healthy. And that's a lot, right? I'm a mom. And so some days, and I think another live I'm going to do is pretty soon. Your children come first and work. That was me. And it was kind of like, for a while, like my job was coming first. And the reason why my job was coming first is because I needed my job to provide for my kiddos, right? So it was work, and then whatever energy I had left went to them. And I didn't take care of myself. I let myself gain a bunch of weight. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I started developing anxiety and, different things like that because it was just too much. And I'm here right now on this live for the women. And if you're a man, if you must be here and you must be on this live, then I'm here for you too. Because I don't think, like, we want men to provide and protect us, right? But we don't give these men enough credit who do it. That's a lot, being responsible for a family, right? I know, because I'm a single mom and I'm responsible for a family. So everything is on me, checking the locked doors, making sure the refrigerator stays full, making sure the bills get paid, making sure that my kids are happy and healthy and well provided for. But guess what? Nobody is doing that for me. And I need that for me, right? So, those of you in the chat, what would you like for yourself? What would you need a little bit more of to feel whole, right? What do you think that you're missing out on? Is it sleep? Is it a vacation? Is it time off from work? Sound off in the chat and let me know, because I want to hear from you. And I feel like even if nothing changes instantly, it feels good to talk about things, right? Because you may not know it, but when you're sharing your story, you're helping other people to relate to you, and you're helping other people to see, wait a minute, it's not just me. Or maybe it'll be somebody who went through something that you're going through, and they can offer up some advice for you, right? Like how you can get extra time for yourself after the kids are asleep, right? Maybe you go to sleep an hour or two later, just so you can have that 2 hours to yourself. Um, what I used to do when I was a working mom, I would try to schedule my time off to where I would get 4 days off from work. Like, for instance, if we had a Monday, and a lot of holidays we would celebrate on a Monday or a Friday, right? So what I would do is I would ask for the other end of that weekend off. So say if we have Friday off, I'm asking for Monday off. So I got a little bit of a 4 day weekend, right? And that's how I was able to get a little bit extra time for myself without having to use up all of uh, my time, right? Because you might need that time for something else. That's one way that I used to get a little bit more time for myself. And then sometimes what I would do is, if the kids had school, I would take that day off for myself. And I could go get my nails done. I could, stay around the house and just chill out, or whatever it is that I wanted to do while my kiddos were asleep. So, and then they have lots of preschools and things like that. If you're a stay-at-home mom, they have lots of things at the parks and recs and free preschool that you can take your kids to if you're income eligible. I was never income eligible, so I could never get my kids in preschool for free. I could only get paid childcare that I paid for. But when they were toddlers, I couldn't afford to uh, put everybody in preschool, right? Plus childcare. So it was one or the other. So, but if you can afford that, definitely do that. And that's gonna. And we're talking about more about stuff like that in my what I wish I knew before I had child live that I'm gonna do pretty soon. But let's continue on. Yeah, the newborn baby twin. Who has newborn baby twins? You have stepchildren that are newborn baby twins. I didn't have newborn baby twins. Ooh, ooh. I had at one point in time, I was a mother of teenagers, and then I had a preschool age child, a toddler, and a newborn. So when my last child was born, my children were 4, 2, and then I had her. So that was a lot on me, right? That was a lot. And at the time, it didn't feel like a lot because I was so excited to have my last child. Like she was a oops baby. She was a oops. She wasn't planned. I tell her that all the time, and I always tell her I didn't know that you were the baby that was gonna make me so happy. But she was so white, like I'm dark skinned. My child was just so white, like a light, like bright, like a bright light, right? And so I was very happy with her. Not because she was light, but she just was the sweetest, simplest baby, right? She wasn't hard at all. The only time she would be a little difficult is if you took too long to give her bottle. And then she would raise HE double hockey sticks. But outside of that, my child was very, very easy. And my girls were easy, right? But it became stressful when work came into play, right? One of the reasons why I believe it was stressful is because I didn't I didn't have the capacity to be a working mother, right? So I believe that's why it was a little bit more stressful for me. And that's why I always say, moms, stay home with your babies as long as you can. That's what soft life is. Um, with my last child, I stayed home a year. I wish I could have stayed home a lot longer, but my other two children, I went back fairly quickly, right? And if you're a woman that wants to have children, because I believe that you can have children and have the soft life. Uh, you don't have to give up your dreams of having a kid. Or I see a lot of women these days, they're opting not to have children. They don't want to have kids because they don't want to go through the drama of being with in a marriage and then it possibly not working out, right? And then also they don't want to end up raising children on their own, or they just don't want to have to be bothered with kids, right? Some women are just like that. They don't want to raise children, and that's fine because they want all their time for themselves. They probably have careers, or maybe they're married and they just want to be married. They don't want the children to go along with it. I get it. Like I said, I always wanted to be a mother, so I understand that thinking, but you know, for a long time it was hard for me to understand that because I just wanted children. I wanted to be a mom. Oops, sorry guys. I don't know what happened. Oh, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I always wanted children. That was just something that I wanted to do. But the advice I would give my daughters who are, I only have one daughter with a child, but my other four daughters, like, really contemplate if that's what you would like to do. But before you have children, Make sure that you are ready. Make sure you have lived, you have traveled, you have gone to college if that's what you wanted to do, started your business if that's what you have designs on doing, or, start your career, whatever it is you want to do. Start a life with your husband because I'm going to be honest, being a single mom is no fun. It is ghetto as HE double hockey sticks. Being a single mom is not the business. It is not. I don't know how much funner being a married mom is. But at least you can say, hey, honey, it's your night. Get those kiddos and put them in the tub. Or, honey, I'm tired. Can you feed them dinner tonight? I need to go down. Or whatever. Right? So when you have an extra set of hands and eyes, it's just, what they say, two heads are better than one. It's just better to have that other parent there, right? Or if you opt to be a surrogate mom, it's better for you to have a nanny or somebody that can help you with those kids, right? And somebody who's going to care about them, that's going to love them, and that's going to put them first so that you don't have to worry about their well being when you're not around. So that's how you can still be soft as a married mother, right? You don't have to do it all. You don't have to cook and clean all the time. Get you a maid. You don't have to stay up all night with that baby. Get you a nanny. And if you, that's why I say, tell my kids, make sure you can afford a child, because you might not want to go back to work right away. If you have a business, you want it to be running to the point where you don't have to be there every day. You can take some time off and have somebody else take the reins while you put your feet up and nurse your baby and uh, witness your baby's first steps, first words being spoken, and all of that. Because I'm going to tell you, it's no fun being a mom and you are not there for your kids when they're little infants. Little babies should be able to be nursed by their mom, should she choose that. And I know some women are going to say, but I wanted to go back to work. Well, well, why did you want to have children then? If you wanted to go back to work right after you had them, I can't understand, like, how did you want to be a mother and then have a newborn and go back to work? How does that work? I don't know, but some people do it. Some people like, I like work and I like being away from the home. That's fine. That's cool. That's cute. But what about your child? Like, you got to take care of that baby if you have a child, or else you're going to entrust somebody else with your most precious gift. I don't get that part. No. And my mom helped with my children while I worked. My mom and my father, they always helped with my kids. So I didn't have to worry about their well-being. I don't know if I could have did it, having my kids at a preschool or a daycare all day. Um, I don't know. I just couldn't have done it. And then I got to the point where the job I worked was like 2.5 days. So I got to spend the other 5 days with my babies. So it kind of worked out. But again, it was a lot because I was in law enforcement and the industry I was in, it was just too much. It was just too much. I didn't have a soft job. That's another thing. Like, your home life can be copacetic. Everything can be going just fine, but you got a job that's stressful. Like, I tell my daughter, I'm like, my daughter says she wants to go into nursing. And I said, are you sure that's what you want to do? Because you have a mom that can provide and uh, that can support you. You don't have to just go to college. If you don't want to go to college, you don't have to. In my day, when I was younger, college was the game plan, right? You go to college, you get an education, and then you start your career. And that's cool. That's cool for those who want to do it. But we live in a different time where we don't have to do those things. And we can make lots more money getting a certificate and doing something quick and easy and simple. So I promote that for my children. Like, I don't want to see anybody else going into social work or going into jobs like that are stressful and that require you to give a lot of yourself emotionally and mentally. Public service work is a lot. And I understand some people have ambitions on being a public servant and giving back to their community, and that's fine. That's fine for a couple of years. I think everybody should have their hand at that, right? There was a time where they said that everybody who became president should serve in the military, right? So they could see what it's like and be out there and serve their country. And I think that should still be be a requirement to become a president. But we're not talking about that today, are we? I feel like if you want those kind of jobs, do it. But I feel like they should rotate them, and have more volunteers, and maybe, everybody should have to serve in some way, right? But that should be for younger people, and maybe have older mentors that come in and assist. But to go work as a teacher for 20, 30 years, that's hard. To go work in a hospital as a nurse 20, 30 years, that's hard. To be a probation officer like I was for 20 years, that was difficult, and for me. So I don't want to speak for everybody else, because people have, you know, uh, different temperatures, right? And what may have been like hell for me may not be that way for them. Oops, I said it. I meant to say HE double hockey sticks. And I'll just tell you this: as someone who is a creative, as someone who is a pensive thinker, as someone who lives in her imagination and who wants to constantly create things, and who has the desire to share my gifts with the world, sitting at a desk wasn't working for me. Sitting at a desk wasn't working for me. And I did it because I needed the work. But it was very stressful for me. And it was stressful because just that was the nature of the beast. And I'm sure I could have worked somewhere else and had a lot less stress. But at the same time, it just was against my nature to do that. Some people, they don't have designs on being an artist or being a creative. They want to work. Some people, they want to be a plumber. They want to be a doctor, a lawyer, because they want to be able to fix people back up. Everybody has their thing that they want to do. However, I do feel that the soft life requires that you have an outlet when you work those type of jobs. If you're going to work a public servant job, if you're going to serve humanity in your career, then you need an outlet. You need to have golf on the side. You need to go and have like time off for you to go do art. What? Because we all have creativity within us, and we all need to express that. And we should have that downtime, right, where we can build our own dreams, even if we are. And a lot of people who are doctors and therapists and people who work really stressful jobs like that, they do have outlets. They may see a therapist too, but they definitely have outlets, because that is so needed when you're working those type of jobs, especially if you're a woman and you're a mother, who I really want to focus on during this live, because I'm a woman and I'm a single mother, and I just want to live soft. I already did the hard stuff. I dedicated myself, and when I was doing that job, I really cared about the children I worked with. I really cared about the job I was doing. I think a little too much, which also probably worked against me, because I was emotional about it. It mattered to me, the task that I have of being there for others' children, of leading them in the right direction. And I felt that it was my job to send the kids that were on my caseload back home better than when they came to us. I wanted to talk, talk, talk. I wanted to tell them about traveling, speak to them about going to school. I wanted to support whatever dreams they had. I wanted to mentor them, and I wanted to send them back home to their parents better than when they left. And for everybody that I worked with, that wasn't the highest priority, right? But it was for me, because first of all, I was a mother. I am a mother. Before, I was a probation officer. I am a mom. So it was very important to me that I lead and lead these kids in a worthwhile manner. I wanted them to go home better. So that's probably why it was really stressful to me, because some people they just look at some at their job as a job. They don't look at it as a career. They don't look at it as meaningful work, right? So that's how I felt about that. So that's why eventually I had to leave, because it was impacting my health. I developed anxiety. I talk about that in another live, guys. You can look in my lives and go back about a couple of weeks ago, and I talk about my life, my living with anxiety from working at that stressful job. And I finally had to choose me. And some of you right now are working somewhere and you're there simply because it's a paycheck or because you need it to provide for yourself. But I want to tell you, start making your exit plan, whether it be working somewhere else, whether it be saving up money, whether it be using your 401k that you built up to take a few months off. I don't know. But start making your exit plan. Don't stay somewhere that's causing you your blood pressure to go up. I did that. Don't do that. Don't stay somewhere where you feel like you're sinking underwater and you're gaining weight and you're having intrusive thoughts and you're just stressed out. Don't do that. Get out of there, because it's not serving you well to stay somewhere where you just feel like that. What, now that I spoke about the soft life a little bit, what does the soft life look like to you? What does that feel like for you to live a soft life? If you could comment. And replay gang, if you're listening up until this point, what does a soft life look like for you? Does it look like a life of luxury, peace, joy, safety, ease, femininity? It's not just about having a bunch of money. It does require money sometimes, right? To, you know, to be able to live like you want to. But what does that mean to you? The soft life. If you don't know what that means, comment below and I'll help you figure out what the soft life means, what the definition of soft life is. But, people say life is hard. Life is hard. People say that all the time. Well, I want to say life is soft. When I wake up, I want to say life is soft. I went to bed. I ate what I wanted to eat. I ate a clean meal. I slept well. I'm in good shape. I work out. I'm spending time with my children. All my bills are paid. If I want a vacation, I can. If I want to go get my nails done, I can. If I want to go get a massage, I can. That's what the soft life is for me. Like, I can do what I want, when I want, how I want. I don't have anybody holding me back and telling me, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, right? So if you can, comment just like one word. If it's peace, if it's luxury, whatever it is, let me know. So yeah. Um, when I think about the soft life, I think about I think about Turks and Caicos, right? I think about just laying on the beach. Laying on the beach and enjoying the waves crashing into the sand or rolling in. I think of having nothing to do, just, laying out on the beach on a lounge chair perhaps, and being able to write down my thoughts, whether it be journaling or the soft life for me. The perfect soft life for me is being able to live, have my house on the beach or have my house near the beach, and I can go to the beach every day and just write. And just write and write and write. I know it sounds really irresponsible when you think about it, like going off the grid like that. But for me, is perfection. And I'm going to do that one day. When my children are grown and gone, I'm going to be a beach bum. I'm going to backpack uh, through through different countries, through the different continents. I'm going to backpack and write all about it. I'm going to stay somewhere 6 weeks at a time, 2 months at a time, but I'm going to save up enough money, and that's what I plan to do. 3 ways that you can move from survival mode to receiving mode is to ask for help without guilt. Like, you shouldn't have to feel, and I do feel that sometimes. I'm the type of person that, like I said, I don't suffer fools. I don't like weak women. And although I don't like being independent, I am independent, right? Because life has presented itself that way to me. So I really don't like to ask for help. I like to make sure I have what I need. But in spite of our best intentions, like last year, I had to have a biopsy. So I was scared, I was afraid, and I asked my sister to come along with me, right? And ordinarily, I can go to the doctor by myself to get my checkups or whatever. But at this point, I felt like I needed some moral support. Don't feel ashamed to ask for help. That's the reason why God put other people on this planet, so that we could all be here for one another, so that we could all support each other and be there for someone else too. Don't, always close yourself off and never want to help somebody, because that might be why you feel guilty about asking for help too. But if you're the type of person that's always giving, then you should be able to get. Don't feel guilty about that. And let somebody know you need some help. Let somebody know, even if you're married, because some people think, oh, you're married, you got a husband. So I still need somebody to come over here and babysit these kids. And maybe I could drop my kids off at your house because my husband has to work. Or maybe I want to get away from the hubby and the kids for the weekend. Let's go out and do girl stuff. Let's go do fun stuff. Let's go to the spa. Like, let's be there for one another. And I shouldn't have to feel guilty about that or feel shame about that, about needing a break. It's okay to need a break, and it's okay to um, ask for help. Another way to move from survival mode to receiving mode is to take up space without apology. Like, don't apologize for your loud laughter. Don't apologize for speaking your thoughts out loud, right? As long as you're not being mean or intentionally hurting somebody else, don't apologize for living your life out loud and for wanting the things that you want. If another mom feels like, oh no, I'm not going to vacation. Oh no, I couldn't take time off. I couldn't leave my kids. If that's who they are and if that's how they feel, let them. But don't apologize for you needing to have a little bit more time for yourself. Don't apologize for you needing to have that space to create or to just have quiet time, time to meditate. Don't let your husband make you feel guilty because you say, you know what, babe, we're having leftovers tonight. You don't have to cook every night. Maybe one day you meal prep for 3 days at a time, right? Like, you cook a couple of meals and you put it in the freezer. If he wants it fresh, let him cook it himself. You're not his maid, right? And if you married a good man, if you married a man worth his salt, then you married a man that understands that, first of all, spaghetti tastes better the next day. And lasagna in the refrigerator is okay for you to put it in the oven, so that you're not coming home from work cooking every day, or you're not consumed with cooking full course meals every day and cleaning and all that. Maybe you can do it 2 days out the week, right? Instead of doing it every day. Find time to find the space where you can make time for yourself, where you can steal little moments of joy by yourself, where you're not always consumed with taking care of other people. Even if you're a stay-at-home mom and your husband has to be at work sometimes, you're still working. You're still helping with homework. You're still packing lunches. You're still volunteering at the school. You're still dropping off and picking up every day. You're still maintaining the house and washing the clothes, right? So it's okay for your husband to drop off the kids and pick them up sometimes because you're busy making sure the house is suitable for when your family comes home. You're at home making sure that dinner is going to be ready for hubby, that the kids, when they come home from school, they'll have a snack. You're making sure you're taking care of a whole entire household. Or if you work, rearing of the children shouldn't be all on you. If you work and your husband work, you guys are both in that together. He can cook dinner sometimes, and so can you. Sometimes he could cook dinner and you do the baths, and vice versa. Sometimes he could sit down and do homework with the kiddos while, you're maybe braiding hair for one of your kids or helping a kid with a project. Take turns, divide and conquer. Don't let everything be all on you. You're a woman, not a robot. So, just like these men are desiring that women go 50-50 with them these days, okay? Men can step it up a little bit more. Men want women to take on the role of provider so men can step up and become the nurturer too and help out with the kids. And don't apologize for that. Don't let somebody tell you, well, my mom, she used to do such and such. Or don't let his mom tell you, girl, honey, I had a hot meal on the table for my kids every single night. Good for you, lady. Good for you, Miss Jenkins. You had a hot meal on the table every day and your husband still cheated on you. Oh, we're going to talk about that another day. We're going to talk about that. Say that for another day. Also, rest. Take time to get your rest in. Sleep in a little later, right? If you need to take time off from work, you need to take the day off from work. Take the day off work if that's what your mind requires, just to be free, or if that's what your body requires. Don't go into work every day and you know that you're not feeling good. You feel like your blood pressure is going up. You feel like you just need time for yourself. You can't take another day. You need a mental health day, 2, 3, 4 weeks, whatever it is you need for you. Take care of you because you only got you. You only got you. And don't let nobody make you feel weak or like you're being selfish. Don't let anybody make you feel guilty about taking the time that you need to take out for you. Okay, thank you guys. Again, you can join my Facebook group, Living My Soft Life. It's a group for mainly women and men. There are men over there who want to live life on their terms in the most pleasure seeking way, right? It's like a hedonistic lifestyle, but it's really just living life the way you want to, right? Taking life as it comes and not having to feel forced to be at a job, not having to be forced to live on a budget. The soft life is having fun and living life and being carefree, and really is living in peace, right? It's not going for that drama from a husband, drama from your kids, drama from friends, drama from work. It's a life without distress. Like if my mama is causing me too much stress, I got to hang up that phone. I got to stop going by your house. If my siblings are causing me too much stress, I got to give you 50 feet and hold you at an arm's distance, right? If my friend is calling me constantly about her husband that's cheating or her kids that's acting up at school, I'm not going to answer the phone for her all the time. Maybe I will 1 out of 5 times because I know she comes with the drama and stress, and maybe I'll just listen to her for about 10 or 15 minutes, and if she starts going into that, drama mode, then I got to hang up. I got to take care of me. I got to take care of me. And that's what the soft life is. And it's okay for you to be soft. You don't have to be strong. Okay? You don't have to be strong, and you don't have to do everything for everybody. You don't have to be everything to everyone. And you're not selfish, and you're not weak. So don't let anybody make you feel that way. If you made it to the end of this live, I want to say thank you for tuning in. If you're on the replay, I want to say thank you for watching and participating and answering some of those questions that I gave out during the live. I'll come back and respond to you in the comments. Also, if you would like, please hit that subscribe button. I am MMG. I am the Mommy Money Getter. And I am grateful for all of you for tuning in. Guys, have a blessed weekend.